to get around 60 degrees outside. The sun has risen. It was white coming up, and it's still white right now. You can see how white it is. We're supposed to get around 60, probably a little bit warmer today. And it's all right. If you're just tuning into this video, they said nothing about it. Gina, honey, what are you talking about? They said nothing about it. Good morning, Dragonfly. Yeah, they said nothing about it. And of course, it's nice and windy. We had storms last night. We had a real heavy rain, a lot of heavy rain, and the wind was so wild. It like knocked the wind chime up into here, which that's fine. I've had to take these down before, but last night these things were going like wild, the wind chimes were, because of the force of the wind. But they said nothing about it. What they say nothing about, Gina, honey? Well, they said nothing about this. The Kentucky crews worked to remove the remaining 2 runaway barges that are stuck in the Ohio River, including the one containing methanol. There's no evidence of a chemical leak, officials say. And if you did not know that, listen to those wind chimes. They're chiming in, you all. They want to chime in. They do want to chime in, and they're doing a great job. Thank you for chiming in and letting your voice be heard. They got a voice too, you all. They really do got a voice. They said nothing about it, you all. And we have done a video on this. I just want you to know. If you go one day ago, because I do so many videos, 1,400, they're really metric tons of methanol on the barge. Gina, will you please get to the point? Okay. When they said there's no chemical evidence of a leak, here's what they did. Watch this. More than 300 air quality samples, and all tests continue to show no detections of methanol. But the barges are pinned up. They're pinned up against the dam, and one is submerged. You all. They said nothing about, nothing about taking a sample of the methanol in the water. Now, you know that they can. Is it, okay, how does methanol bond with water? How do you identify, they said nothing about it. How do you test for methanol in the water? You apply sodium dichromate to a sample of the solution. To do so, you mix 8 milliliters of sodium dichromate solution with 4 millimeters of sulfuric acid, and you gently swirl it. Then you add 10 drops of the mixed solution to test tube or small container of rubbing alcohol. You have to test it. If it's in the water, what's the air quality? Come on, please, you all. What's it going to do? I don't care if you've taken 300 air quality samples. You didn't say nothing about the water samples. You said nothing. And I know that you know. You know that they know. They do know that you got to take a water sample too if you got that barge pinned up against that bridge, you all. They know it. But they're not saying that. I'm sure. See, that's the missing piece. Good morning. That's right. It don't matter, but if there's lots of large quantities there, that's another thing. And it's heavy. It's more denser than air, more or less. Yeah. You have to ask yourself, why did you leave out the water test? Really. I wouldn't want to drink it. If it's added to alcohol or something, if it affects your neural system, I would not want to drink that water. I wouldn't. I don't care how soluble they say it is. And it may not be totally what they say it is. It may not. Ooh. Yeah. I want to hear about the water leaking. Okay, no. They said if it was leaked into the river, it would kill the fish for miles. That's what they said in the report. It would kill the fish for miles. So if it's water soluble, it wouldn't kill the fish, would it? Really? Because that's what we found out in the one video right here. In this video right here, they said if that liquid methanol on that barge leaked into the water, it would be catastrophic for the fish, is what it said. Catastrophic, and it would kill the fish for miles. So they're not talking about the water samples, they're only talking about the 300 air samples, and it continues to show no detections of methanol. But let's look at this, you all. It said it will rapidly degrade, but if it would rapidly degrade, then how can the fish die once it's in the water? How would it be? You had to ask yourself. It's colorless. It's totally colorless, and yet it's a toxic liquid, and it will affect the central nervous system of your mind, is what it will do. Lithium aluminum hydride is a strong reducing agent. So let me see that. No water samples were taken for that at all. And then look at this. Completely, the vapors are slightly heavier than the air, and they may travel some distance to a source and ignite a flashback if it were to happen. But that's beside the point. Okay, we got a barge pinned up against the bridge, you all, that has methanol in it. And another barge. I don't know what's in the other barge. I really don't. Good morning if you're just tuning in. It's going to be a very beautiful day here, you all. It really is. The birds are chirping. Hopefully I can get outside. I hope I can get outside. This is really strange. You haven't got the chance to research the rental machines for pumping out in the spring. Some playbook is twisting and leaving out extras. That's right. They can do it. They can do it. They can twist it out. Well, I could like leave out the negative in all my live streams if I wanted to, but I really could. I'll leave out some negative, but I'll add one negative because I don't want to accentuate the negative. I don't. That's right. It's so, I am happy because it's warm outside, and I'm happy. I'll tell you what made me happy. It may sound silly. When I was looking up if there was any updates on that news about the barge, and it might sound silly, it made me happy that popped out more when they said air quality samples, because I remember watching and they said they took 80 quality samples when it first happened during this video that we showed. The Coast Guard woman, they took around 80 samples at the airing of that right there. But yeah, it made me happy when I was looking at it. And they're runaway barges. They ran away from home. There was a total of 2 that just ran away. They did, you all. Early Tuesday morning. But it's highly flammable, but it said it will kill the fish for miles in the water. So, yeah, I was looking for a statement. Just come on, tell me, give me a statement about the air quality, because I want to read the statement about the water sample. That's right. So I am happy. Gina, are you happy that barge is stuck up against there? No, I am not, and I'm not happy that the storms come with the heavy rain and the heavy wind, and I'm sure it does not help the rescue efforts, pump out the methanol and stuff. That's right. Good morning. I hope you are able to catch up on all those videos from the week. I couldn't even tell you what all they are. I could not, but I made videos. We had live streams. We did. That's right. Listen to that wind. Oh my goodness gracious, you all. This is so wild out here. They're being a little wild this morning. Those wind chimes are. Now, some people don't like it. Some people don't. They don't like that name of it. Yeah. Yes, Danny Lovett, you okay? What happened to you, Danny? Let's see. Well, I had to go back really far to see if I could see anything, but that's okay. Good morning. They are very happy. I can look at them from a spiritual point of view, and I can say that those wind chimes are very happy. Let's fix my hat like that. There we go. I like it better like that because I like the style of the hat. Yeah. Oh my gosh. You all, we live in a wild world. We really do. It's very wild. And we get half truths. Because that truly is a half truth about that barge. Spoke of only one thing. That's it. Just don't drink that water, you all. If it's whatever they put in alcohol or what, I don't know what they do, but whatever it is, it's strong enough to kill the fish in the water for miles. And if you're one of those people who go fishing in the river, when we lived in when we lived in Nevada, we'd go to Lake Mead. And we had this boat, a junky boat that always broke down on us, but still, we went to Lake Mead, and sometimes we camped out at St. Thomas Cove and stuff. And on Lake Mead, we go to the bridge, the little walkway, the pier, and they called these things the trash fish. They were great big old catfish or something, or carp. They were humongous. And people threw the trashy food. They ate trash that people threw in the water. They ate pop, anything. And see, you don't want to eat those fish because of all the junk that they threw in the water. And that's what they called them. You don't want to eat those fish. The energy, Edwards, is the energy better? Because we want to raise that energy on here. We do. I hope it's better. I really do hope it's better. Hello there in England. I hope you got a sunny day because there was no red when it rose. They had a lot of white, and it became the white sun. It's not the red sun rising. It's the white sun rising this morning. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So they said nothing. Gina, what's this video about? I'll get right back to my topic. I wanted an update on the barges that had been pinned against the in the Ohio River. The Ohio River, it is the source of water for around 5 million people. The Ohio River, and there's been a lot of contaminants that have been in that water supply. And there's like around 25 dams, maybe 29 dams on the Ohio River, and it goes through different states. But it is the water supply for around 5 million people. Not to mention wildlife, and not to mention all those streams and stuff. All streams, they can flow into the river, and then they maybe flow into the ocean. But the animals, they need it. The fish need it. So I'm sure some fish are probably going to, with all the contaminants. You ever notice some fish are disfigured and stuff like that, you all? Tumors on their body and stuff because their habitat is destroyed, really, more or less. So yeah, I'm talking about that. There's no, the update about it over the weekend about those barges. 10 of them got loose, 10 big barges. And then they got 8 of them, or 7, and then there was 3 that was up against the thing, and they got 1 out, but the 2 are there. The one's pinned up, and it's got methanol in it, and I'm not really hearing what the other one has in it. That was on Wednesday when the news story broke out, and then the barges got stuck on Tuesday morning. But they had the Coast Guard up there. They had the public officials speaking, and they did the air quality reports. And the news person said that if it were to leak, it would kill the fish for not hundreds. How many miles? They just say for many miles. They wouldn't come out and say completely about it. They wouldn't, you all. So, that's what they're talking about. And I just kept replaying it. It was in this video right here. This is the video that it was in. Right there. And these storms were coming this weekend to that area. And I was concerned, as were other people, concerned about that. The barges that are in Louisville, Kentucky is right in this area. So they say nothing about the water samples. If there is any water leaking, you'll probably see some fish float. Might sink. Who knows? The ore is used for important stuff. Good morning. Be kind. Well, I want to say happy morning. Good morning, and you're beautiful. That's why you start your morning off with a I love you and you're beautiful. You can. So can everybody else. If you're just waking up and you're tuning into Gina, honey, it's a beautiful morning because of the love inside right there. And love will make anybody's life beautiful. Really, truly. Boom, you get it. Pour in that love. We can do it. Meat bolts. The stream keeps crashing on you. It's because it can't handle my frequency. It can't handle the frequency. And you know that I'm joking about it, but it probably is true, really. If you think about it, if you think about two clashes, two polarities of frequencies, really. If there's another frequency trying to crash it, it doesn't like this frequency or something. And it keeps coming back up. That's right. The wind chimes are chiming in again. They agree with the frequency. They really do. Oh. Yes, the sun is shining. Even though it's a white sun, it shines for everyone. It really lights up our life. It does. It provides light for our day. And it does feel better if you're outside or inside and you have the sun in the sky and it's shining brightly. It feels a lot better than the dark skies or the gray, gloomy skies. It feels a lot better to see the sun. It does have a mental effect on people. Hello, Susan B. Honey. Yeah, we can do it. We can, you all. So they didn't do nothing about the water samples of the barge that happened, but then you had to lay that on top of the train derailment that happened in see, this is right here. The Ohio River is source of drinking water for more than 5 million people. More than 5 million people, the Ohio River. And that's why it's so concerning, especially with that one train derailment that happened in, where was it, Ohio? With the 1.1 million gallons. That was one month ago. 1.1 million gallons of this stuff that leaked in the water from East Palestine. Seen that? Yeah, go watch that video. It's only 42 minutes long. Yeah, that has a lot of information in it because I guess I was upstairs. Good morning, you all. They didn't say nothing about the water. It's an ecological disaster. It really is. And an environmental disaster because it just doesn't affect one thing. It affects everything. It affects the whole ecosystem. It does. It's like a chain of events. That's what it does. Whew. So I really wanted to get him talking. We can hear him maybe. If I can, let me, I want you to hear him saying how, if we can, if they're going to talk in it.
We are focused on safety, and so we are preparing for any possible result. We are focused on the safety of the public, on the safety of the first responders.
Thank you for that super chat.
Back to live pictures now. This incident is reminiscent of a similar barge accident in December 2018. Those barges were carrying coal at the time, and it took more than 4 months for them to be removed from the dam. The salvage expert today said it should not take that long to remove these barges. Reporting live, David Mattingly, Kuwait.
It should not take that long to remove those barges. Well, guess what's headed your way? We got this headed your way.
Highlight what can be inherent dangers of salvage operations, especially in that dynamic river environment. So this will take some time. According to environmental officials, a catastrophic release would result in toxic levels of the chemical, perhaps as much as miles down the river, resulting in fish kills.
Toxic. You hear them. He said it out of his mouth. Toxic chemicals for miles and a fish kill. So, you've been missing so many of your videos. Vonda, honey, don't worry if you can't catch up. There's no way I could sit down and watch all my videos in 1 week. No way. If somebody said, Gina, you have to watch every single video that you do, you have to then make time to watch all your videos. I wouldn't have a life. I wouldn't have a life outside of social media or the internet if I had to watch all my videos, and I know you wouldn't have a life either. So you live your life. Watch what you can watch, go skim through it and live your life, okay? Whatever speak to your spirit, watch it. If it don't. Or if you're bored, you can do what do they call that? I don't know what you call it when you watch videos over and over. I don't know what you call that thing when people do a binge watch. Binge watch. That's right. I promise you, I will not watch all my videos. I might watch one or two if I don't know what I said, if I'm kind of bored or I'm doing something. That's right, you all. We can do it. So that happened. And they took 300 air samples. There's absolutely no sign of anything leaking. They did not say nothing about the water, which the guy said if it got into the water, it would probably kill the fish. If it leaked, it was toxic. It would kill the fish for miles. You got some buffering? Yeah, they don't do us right, you all. They don't. Good morning, you all. If you just woke up, and I want to say good morning, and you're beautiful, and it's going to be a beautiful day because you got the love on the inside of your heart. That's right. Whether you realize, it or not, you think, well, I'm not feeling no love. Well, we're going to give you some love on this live stream. We really are. We're going to raise that vibration, despite that them not saying nothing about the water samples. We can give you love because love is the highest frequency, and it literally can travel from this side over to wherever you're at. So your day can get off to a really good start, especially if you're going to have a nice day like it's going to be here, and you want to start your day off with a smile in your heart. We can make it happen. That's right. Oh, I can make it come out of me. I can. Actually, it actually flows out, you all. Otherwise, I would not want to be me if I didn't have it on the inside. I would not be me. And my life would, I don't even want to think about a life without love on the inside of me. I wouldn't. A happiness that just keeps flowing. Just like everybody else, we can do it. Whoo. We got it, you all. And we got the wind chimes chiming in with their own song, greeting you this morning here in Salem, Indiana. And let's hope that I get enough energy too to do whatever I'm going to do today. And I hope that you do too. But really, you all, in all seriousness, the news, there's a lot happening in the world. And you may see the photoshopping of the people in the crowd source. Yeah, I did a photoshopping. I didn't do the photoshopping. They did the photoshopping, you all, of they did a photoshopping people in a crowd, and it was on the news is what it was. Totally on the news. This is really wild right here. They're photoshopping people in the video, and there was like a deep fake. I did that 22 hours ago. It's a really good video. Look how big his shoulder is. They made that man's shoulder that big in that video, you all. This is a really good one. Debbie McClure, thank you. So, and this right here was another one I did throughout the video. His fingers don't even match at times, and always his ear disappears, and his palm of his hand looks like the bottom of a little bitty foot. Thank you, Debbie. Yeah, looked like the bottom of a little bitty foot is what it looks like, you all. So it is that deep fake stuff, that artificial intelligence, the photoshopping, they're not too good about it. And if you read through the comments, people who are professionals about doing stuff like that, they can spot it immediately. I want you to have a beautiful day. I really do, despite the world that's happening. we can find the beauty. You've got to be able to find the beauty in the day. You got to be able to find the beauty in others. You can see the beauty and find it. Um, that's right. Learn how to spot it. Learn how to spot the love and the beauty in others, even in your own self, you all. If you can learn how to do that, you're going to be a whole lot happier. You really will be. That's right, because then you'll start focusing on it. You'll start being drawn to everything because your body will be adjusted to that frequency, that happy frequency. And these wind chimes like to chime right in because they're happy too. I think I need to wipe them down because they got a little bit of dust. I can do that today. I can. I should do that for them. Even though they're an inanimate object, but I want it to last. I want them to be able to chime like they're supposed to. That's this one. This is my Auntie Kathleen who had passed. This was given to me from my coworkers at a job I had from my dad. So I will put him up there too. And these are just ones that we got. So they said nothing about the air quality reports. No, they said they had 300 air quality reports of the barges in Kentucky, but they said nothing about the water tests that they ran. You know, they ran them, but they said nothing about them. But they said if there was a spill in the water, it'd be very toxic to the fish for miles, because they would die, or they get neurological disorders. And I don't know. I don't know about it. So if it's water soluble, you wouldn't have fish kills unless it got them right away. Yeah. And who knows what else? You don't know what'd be dropping from the sky either, really, or any other spills. I had a dream last night about spills. I had a dream last night and I woke up this morning after that dream that there was this water place. Not water place. There's this place I had to get into a boat in a little underground thing that went up to a building, but it was still kind of open. And that building had this blue substance being released into the water. This company kept doing it. It just kept releasing this blue, maybe metallic blue, like a sky blue, like a pretty sky blue. But that was the color that was coming from this building in my dream in this water. And I kept looking at it because it was clearly contaminating the water. And in my dream state, I remembered the thing about the water on the Ohio River, about the barge there. How I took my consciousness from this world into my dream state when I saw that water with all that blue flowing in it. I was made aware in my dream state. So that's really strange. That just popped into my mind. It was a pretty blue, but I'm thinking, no, that whole entire company, you got all this blue stuff going in the water. And I was thinking, well, I don't know about that. And then I woke up. That's how it happened, you all. Yeah. Janine, you got to have a good day. You all really, I'm going to be going, but I did want to come on here. So I am in a good mood. I got plenty of sleep. The storms came, the wind blew. Then I woke up, and even though the sun was white as it was coming over the pond area, I felt it. I felt the radiance of the sun, whether it be fake or not. Can I envision a nice feeling when I look at the sun? Because it's much better than seeing the gloomy skies that are void of any light. That's right, you all. And then I do a checkup on that barge that got pinned up against the Alpine Dam on the Ohio River in Louisville, Kentucky. How it was damaged, had methanol in it, and they did 300 air samples, but they didn't mention anything about a water sample. So as of Friday, they did not mention anything about a water sample in the news. They should have. They should give a thorough whatever, you all. So that's okay. We can do it. We can be happy. Even though this stuff is happening, we're going to have to find the happiness somewhere and just raise awareness. Raise awareness, you all. We can do it in a good way. We really can. So thank you. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, you all. And if you If your day was starting off bad, I hope that it's going to be a beautiful day for you. And if you're just waking up, good morning. I love you, and so does everyone else. And we want you to have a beautiful day. We do love you.